Hi everybody, it's Sonia with Sonia K Creations. Come on in and we'll get going. As soon as I see a few of you popping on, if you're watching on the replay, let me know and I'll like to know who's watching. So we're going to be using something that I've had in my stash for a while and takes up a lot of room, so I figured I might as well try to do something with it. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh yay, there's somebody. So let me know and that you're there, and we will get started here in a minute. We're going to be using if you guys got one of these, somebody comment, because I'm not seeing any comments, but one of these witch wreath forms from Dollar Tree at like Halloween time. So, I just hit myself in the head. So it came like this, kind of. Like it was like you can kind of see it. But I took off this part and I just kind of bent it back and forth until it broke off. So we don't need that part. So it's just like a rectangle form. Hi Adela and Susan and Winnie and Cheryl and Susan. So make sure you guys sprinkle, spread the blessings, all that kind of stuff. And we were going to get started. So like if you just came on, this is the witch form, wreath form from Dollar Tree. I tore off the bottom, the brim part. It just breaks right off, and then we're going to use this part. And I was going to start with this part first, but I thought I had plugged in my glue gun, but I hadn't, so it's not quite hot. So we're going to do something else first. Thanks everybody for sprinkling. So this was just a box frame from Easter time. Like it was a picture of like a Easter bunny or something. And I was going to paint it white. Well, I did paint the bottom white, but I decided I want to put scrapbook paper on it instead. So I already did the two ends, but we're going to do the other parts while our glue gun is getting hot. So I have this paper that looks like birch wood, I guess you call it. So we're going to put that on the side so it looks like it's like a birch wood box. So that's how we're going to start, just Mod Podging that on. So my bazaar went good. Got rid of a lot of stuff. Not everything though. But I even got rid of some stuff that wasn't really in the season. That was good. Because as my table was getting emptier, I just put out stuff that was not really Christmassy or anything. And I sold some of it, so. And then I had a lady she lives in Yakima. And she was at the bazaar and she wanted to buy a couple things, but the person she wanted to buy it for was there. So she texted me or messaged me and asked if I had it still, these couple things, and I did. So that's nice because she's here and I don't have to ship it. Hi Cheryl and Marge and Earlene. Hi Susie. The craft show was so good, so it was fun. I'm glad it's done. So anyway, I put Mod Podge on there, and then I cut this paper wasn't wide enough, so I got two pieces. We're just gonna, oh wait, that's okay. They should fit perfect. I don't think you'll be able to tell once we get it done that it was, why is this too short? I measured. Obviously I don't measure very well. We're going to make it work. That could be the back, and I don't think anybody will notice anyway. We'll do the other side and let that dry. Yeah, it was good. So, it was very busy. That craft show is super popular. It's really big. Like, it's a whole gym, plus a whole huge church fellowship room, plus another room, couple rooms in there. It's a Catholic church, so they have a Catholic school there too. So it's pretty popular. Zhuzh it up, yeah. I have some of that white birch wood trunks and stocks, so we use some for our fireplace and some are for projects. Yeah, this is just paper. It came in like a book from Hobby Lobby, so I was going through it and I was going to use like plaid paper, and then I saw that and I thought that would be cute. So that's what we're using. We'll just do the sides. I'll just leave the bottom white. You're not going to see it anyway. It was blue, but This one fits okay. So you guys getting ready for Thanksgiving? We're gonna go. My husband actually went and picked up a turkey today just because I wouldn't have time to get it thawed because they're frozen. But we're gonna go get the rest of the groceries tomorrow. That just came off what I did earlier. So I'll get started tomorrow. Hi, Marcia. Thank you guys for sprinkling. Alex is good. He's super happy today. Just trying to make sure this is stuck on here good. I think I'll just leave that and then we'll come back. I'll let it stick really good and then I'll come back and sand it after we do the other part. Because I don't want to have sanding dust all over for what we're going to do next. So this is the form that we're using. I kind of use this for something else. It's the Witch's Hat wreath form. I know it's backwards to you guys, but it was from like the fall time at Dollar Tree. But I think I got mine not this last fall, or I think the year before. But if you don't have one of these, you could just cut out a triangle piece out of anything, cardboard, foam board. I just have this, so that's what we're going to use. Yeah. So, and we're going to cover it with this chunky yarn that I've had for a while. I used it once to put around cone trees, but we're going to wrap this tree with this. And we're going to start at the top. And this is a way to make it. Most of the time people will start at the bottom. But if you want it to look, I got to make sure my glue gun's hot. Yeah, it is. Okay. You want it to, if you're not going to put something at the top to cover the top, it's probably best to start at the top because you can kind of put it on and then wrap it. And so it looks a little bit better. It's harder to make it look good when you end at the top. So I just kind of go like, put a dollop there, and then we're going to put it over the top like that. You're going to your son's for Thanksgiving. Oh, are you doing all the prepping for Thanksgiving? I'm doing most of it, yeah. My daughter and her husband and Carter are coming, and Jim's mom and dad, and Jim's dad's sister. And Jim's mom's bringing a couple things, but most of it I'm doing. So, oh, and my daughter's mother-in-law is coming as well. So I'm just then I just wrap around that top part that we had over there. Now this might be kind of boring for a little. I don't think it'll take too long because this is pretty chunky ribbon, so it shouldn't take too long. Just kind of put a little. You don't have to put glue probably every time. I don't know, but I'm gonna start out by putting quite a bit of glue. And I thought I might need to have painted the form because it might show, but I don't think it's going to. So I think I'm going to wrap a few times before I put glue again. So just keep wrapping it around. Some of these trees that you make that you wrap take forever, but this one's not going to take long. Because we have other stuff to do. Because you know we're going to zhuzh it up. You have this, you mean this, what is this? Not ribbon, is it? Yarn. I'm trying to go fairly slow so I don't have glue everywhere. And I'm trying to make sure I cover everything. I kind of want it to look good from both sides, but it doesn't really matter that much. But like I said, if you don't have this wreath form, you could just cut a piece of cardboard, foam board, any piece of wood, any triangle you have, or you could make. This, I was just looking through my stash and I'm like, this has been in my way for a while. Let's do something with that. The fancy yarn, yeah. Going to New Jersey for Thanksgiving. I think I've told you my husband's from New Jersey. He was born there and lived there till he was, I always forget, 8 or 10, I think. My ribbon's getting all, or my yarn's getting all twisted. You could cut off your yarn so you know, don't have to have this big thing, but I'm going to try to not have to do that. It would be easier, but I don't want to have places where I have to start and stop. But can you see it? How cute is that looking? It was hard to crochet with this yarn. Oh, well, it's good for crafting. I like it because it's a little more expensive. But if you're wrapping something like this, you don't have to use, so it doesn't take as long, and it mostly just doesn't take as long. If I was wrapping this with regular yarn, which you could do, I don't think it's as cute, and this isn't looking as good on the back because maybe I should hold it this way. Yeah, this is what I should do. But anyway, and it takes so long. But then I don't see the front. I want to at least have one side that looks really good. Trying to make it look a little, the lines a little straighter. Yeah, it does look good on trees, for sure. This one actually had a whole bunch of Spanish moss all over it, and I had to go through it and pick it out because obviously it was on my counter when I was, or table when I was making a craft, and had all this Spanish moss stuck to it. This would be a lot faster if this, it wouldn't keep getting kind of twisted up. And I'm only going to go to probably right around, not quite the bottom, because I want to be able to attach the tree to what we're attaching it to a little easier. So have you guys decorated for Christmas yet? Not here. Probably this next weekend after Thanksgiving. It takes me a little while because I don't just do it in one day because I have way too much. I always say I'm going to do it simpler, but when you have so much stuff, you think, oh, I should put this out and put this out. And before I know it, I've put a lot of it out. That's looking so cute, isn't it? Hi, Mel. Hi, Judy. I could decorate both sides for sure. I'm just not sure. I have a kind of a plan in my head, but we'll see how it goes. I'm actually not going to, I don't think I'm going to decorate the actual white part of the tree. We're going to leave that by itself. But we're going to do stuff other places. We're getting there. We're almost done here. Get it look a little straighter. A little more glue. I haven't put it in a while. That's why I wanted to do this before I did all the sanding and stuff on my table, because I didn't want this yarn to be all filthy. Because everything sticks to it. Yeah, it's the witch's hat. I just tore off it just basically, you just bend it back and forth and the rim part will come off. Oops, don't go on the floor. Almost there. Looking so cute. You did the outside today? Oh wow. My husband wants to get started on the outside, but see, normally we do all the, you can see that wire part. We do all the blow ups and all that kind of stuff, but this year, since we got the house remodel, I told him I wanted to do like elegant Christmas outside instead of all the blow ups and stuff. So we're just going to use some of our vintage, like, what do you call those, blow molds, or, you know, the hard plastic ones that are kind of old school. So we're going to use some of those, but none of the like blow up ones. And then I want to do like you know, lighted garland and stuff on the windows, and a lighted wreath, and maybe lighted wreaths on the windows. I don't know. So he's like waiting for me to tell him what to do. I'm like, I don't know, and I haven't bought any garland for it. All right, a couple more times around, we're going to be done. Because like I said, I'm not going to go quite to the, yeah, the back is not real perfect, but we'll fix it. We're not going quite to the bottom. Yay, hi Maria. Yeah, you haven't been on live in a while. Glad you're here. Okay, we'll go one more time around and then that'll be good. Okay, I need some scissors. It does look good already, doesn't it? I think so. I have only used this to make trees once, and it was, you know, like you get the cone, just like a cone shape. I made like a set of 2 or 3 for my daughter. She puts them up in her house because she does all the neutral Christmas. She's already decorated for Christmas. Okay. This is definitely going to be the front, but the back is not bad. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue where you can kind of see the black things that come across. I don't want to lay this on here because it's not that clean. I'm just putting a little glue so you don't see those. The rest is pretty good. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so then let's go back to the box now that it's kind of dried a little bit. So we're gonna sand the wood, the paper. Oops, of course, I knew I was gonna, once I put my brush in the water, it's gonna have a spot that's coming off. I saw that on someone else's fireplace. Her color theme was white, ivory, and silver. Yeah, it is pretty. If I didn't have so many things that were special to me that were all the red colors and stuff, I'd definitely do that too. I know some people like get new stuff every year. I don't do that. I might buy a couple of new things, but I'm not going to get all new stuff every year. Yeah, definitely you can use cardboard, anything if you don't have the wreath form. I just have it and wanted to use it because it's been in my cupboard for, like I said, probably from not this last Halloween, but the Halloween before. I don't really do a lot for Halloween, but when I got it with the purpose or plan that I would use it for a tree of some sort. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with it, but almost got this. Okay, and now let me just put a little glue on some certain spots. I usually get, or craft a few new pieces every year. Yeah, I always get a few new things and make a few new things, but I definitely don't buy all new stuff every year. I can't afford that, and that's too much work. That's too much shopping. And we've been collecting for 30 years, so we have a lot. Well, we've got rid of a lot too. I try to get rid of some every year. Either just get donated or give it to my kids, or hopefully when Connor and Cassie move back next year, they'll be here for Christmas. They'll want to take some stuff. They haven't even hardly decorated for Christmas before where they live, but they're going to this year, I guess. Okay, that's pretty good. So we just made a cute little box. You're not going to see the inside, and you're definitely not going to see the bottom. So this looks like birch wood. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. I don't need no more Christmas decorations. I have so many that I don't have room to put all that. I'm the same way, for sure. That's why I don't put everything out, because we had a way bigger house before we moved here. We had about double the size. So I had enough to decorate that, and I did get rid of a lot, but I still have way too much for this house. So I just kind of go through it all and decide what I want to put out that year. Get rid of some, put some away for the different year. Okay, so we have our tree. Now, before we put it all together, I wanted to put a star on the top, but I want it to be a rusty star. So I have a star that I had from, I think, Amazon or something. And I painted it black. It was just natural. And then I'm going to rusty it up like we've been doing a few times lately. I need a piece, I don't have the paper. And then we're going to put some, just make it rusty. So I'm just going to take some brown. This is burnt umber. But whatever brown you have. How long have I lived here? 7 years. Yep. I guess this will be probably our 8th Christmas. Our first Christmas here was 2015. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, this is our 8th Christmas in this house. It's hard to believe the years go so fast anymore. Our kids grew up in one place for 9 years, and that seemed like so much longer, than this house, and we've been here almost as long, and I can't believe it. Getting old, the years go by so fast. I'm going to do both sides, I guess, because I painted both sides. Mike, oh gosh, we've had your pastor for 35 years. Wow. People in our denomination don't stay at churches usually that long. We have a few that I know of in our district that have been there for 20 or so years. One just retired, and he had been there a while, but we're probably one of the, 7 years is a lot. Most people don't stay at each church that long. Our first church, we were there for 9 years, and then our second church, we were there for 5. And then this one, we've been here for 7.5 or so. Like it needs more brown because I don't want so much black on it. Alex, you want to come say hi? They're probably sad I'm not in the kitchen today. Yeah, that's nice, Ida. What denomination are you in, or is it a denomination? We're Nazarene, if you didn't know that, which came from the Methodist Church, but they've been their own for a long time. I grew up till I was 8 years old in the Methodist Church, and then my parents switched to the Nazarene Church. And my husband never even really knew what a Nazarene Church was until he met me. He was Assembly of God. You guys are quiet. Are you sprinkling? Okay. A little bit more. Okay, so though it's kind of brown, let's dry that, and then we'll add a little bit of orange and some cinnamon. Taking it all in, that's okay. Same church, Good Shepherd Catholic Church. Assembly of God, okay, yeah. That's what my husband was raised. I just said she's the Assembly of God. I always think it doesn't look very like rust until you dry it, and then it starts to look better. Alright, let's grab some of that orange. I didn't even get out my cinnamon. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Oops. So you don't put very much of the orange. At least I don't. Just so you kind of see a hint of it here and there. I'm just going to kind of put it periodically, and then I'll put black or brown over the top of it. Oh yeah, that looks good. When you first put the orange, you're like, I don't know about that. And then you just kind of go over the top of it, and it looks really good. I have way too much stuff up in the attic. I have to depend on my kids to bring it down. Yeah. We actually been having our kids the last few years help us take ours out. Ours is in the attic, but we just have so much. It sounds weird, but we have so much, like we put it on the back porch, so I don't have to have it all in my house and clutter up the house. And so then I can just go in and out of the house and get what I want. We literally put it out on tables on the back porch, and then I kind of can go through it. I mean, I can kind of just look at what I want. It's cold, but I can't. It takes over my whole house until I get it done. And when we first moved here, we didn't even have anywhere to store it until we built on our storage room, and so we had to like put it in we had it in a storage facility. Oh, that was such a pain because we'd have to go load up the truck, and sometimes we couldn't even fit it in one truckload. I know that sounds terrible, but it's so much work. Okay, so we have our star so far. Let's dry that, put some Mod Podge on it. It does look like rust for sure. And then put some cinnamon. Baptist Church. I get tired of stuff, so have to change it up. Yeah, I do always get. Yeah, I hate the mess too. I always get new things, so I get really excited to get my Christmas stuff out because I also go after Christmas and to Christmas sales after Christmas, and then I'll buy stuff, and then I just I put it away right away, and I forget about it until I get it out, and I'm like, oh, this is so cute. I forgot I bought this, or I bought this. So I fill up the front porch steps today. Yeah. All right, so let's just put a little bit of Mod Podge around and throw some cinnamon on here. And then we'll start putting this thing together. Do the first side, and I need something to put under this. I don't really have anything out here, so let's just grab. Just put a baby wipe under there because that's all I had right then. Oops. Didn't mean to have that much come out. Oh yeah, it looks good. And once it dries a little bit, then I kind of just brush it off a little so it's not quite so cinnamony. And I'll just go like this. So it's a little bit too cinnamony for right now, but oh yeah, I buy all that stuff too, Susan, after the bags and the wrapping paper and all that is so much cheaper. I never ever buy wrapping paper this time of year. Okay, so we'll put this away and then we'll let that dry a little bit while we're doing the rest of the stuff, and then I'll work on it a little more. Okay, let's grab our box. Let's see what the one looks the best. I think this is the one. I can't even tell where that spot was that didn't get covered, so I guess, oh, that's this way. Okay, so we're gonna take it like this, and we're gonna take our, let me make sure my hands are clean before I touch my white tree. What did I say was gonna be, that's gonna be the back. Okay, this is the back. So we're gonna put this in here like this. So, how I thought I would do it would be take some Jenga blocks in here and let's see. Yeah, just leave just enough room so I can put this in between it. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna kind of guess the amount of space I need. Not much. I'll put one and then, so you see I'm just like putting a couple in there. Oh, I should put some wood glue on this. I'll use a different one. You go to a non-denominational church raised Southern Baptist. Yeah, they're all good. Well, all the good ones. Okay. Hope I don't put this down and then it doesn't fit in between there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do like 4 more like that right next to it. Let's do this like. I'm just making like a little groove to put the, I was gonna say the church, but the tree in. And then I'll see if it fits, and then if it fits, then we'll put some glue in there. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna work if I put glue in it. Alright, so I don't know if I can try to put a little bit of wood glue in there. Doesn't have to look good because we're gonna cover all this up. And we're using metals. It'd probably be better with E6000, but I don't have any, so we're gonna try to do it this way. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to put a whole bunch of hot glue in that groove. And stick it down in there and hope it'll stay. If it doesn't stay, then we might put another sorry, I got something, another Jenga block on the end or something.
Alright, dude, I'll see you later.
Wondering if it would work to have a yeah, I'm gonna have to do something else here. Let's try to put another one on each end. Thought that would hold it up, but we'll see. It's getting better. Oh, it's standing. We'll just put a few more. That one on that end helped a lot. Yeah, go down. I thought about going higher, but there's nothing, there's no like, there's nothing to like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's nothing to attach it to because the next wire is up higher, but I'm going to put a couple of these little blocks on the end here where it's a little wanting to fall. Oops. It's getting pretty good. Just gotta do enough. I want it to be not falling, be sturdy. I would put a large on the top, pack it in like, well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to also be putting some foam around for our greenery and stuff. So I think it'll be all right. It's pretty good. So we're going to not worry about that. The shelves are a little bare because I cleaned them off for the craft show. Forgot to grab my styrofoam. Just a second. Oh, I can't reach it. All right. So I keep forgetting. Oh, this is the back. Okay. Yeah, we'll pack it. It seems to be wanting to fall forward anyway, so we'll put pack up for sure, pack styrofoam in the front. But I can't make it very wide because, oops, why'd you cut? No, you weren't supposed to cut off that. That's okay, Jennifer. I'm glad you're here. A little. This isn't very pretty, but it will be. Yeah, it's looking fairly straight. Let's put some in the back. Kind of filling it in all the little holes. It's pretty darn straight, actually. Okay, my hands are all messy. Let me put in these little extra pieces that are around. Okay. So we have our tree and our little thing. Doesn't look like much yet. It looks kind of like a witch's hat that's not dark. A white witch's hat, a good witch, I guess. Okay, so let's start doing the zhizhi. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I'm glad you like it here. Let's see. So we're gonna make it, it's gonna be a very like woodland type looking thing. So we're gonna use some of this greenery we've been using a lot lately. Just gonna start kind of putting stuff in here. So it's part of it is the wreath form's a little bit bent, but I think once we get stuff in, we'll see. It's gonna stay where we want it to stay. Yeah, it's kind of, the wreath's kind of bent weird. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put this stuff, the greenery all the way around, I think. We have some pine cones. When you zhuzh it up, it'll come alive. Yeah, we'll see. I think so. I think it'll be cute. I never know. I have a vision in my head, but it doesn't always come out to what I think it should be look like. And I know you guys would rather be turned around the other way, but It's very difficult for me to do it that way, but I can show you every once in a while. Sorry. I think when we get the star on the top, it'll help a lot for sure. Let's see. That's a huge pine cone. Maybe. Actually, I kind of like it. It has pine cones on this garland, so you can't really see. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to just turn it kind of like that because I can't really work when I can't see what I'm doing. I see this thing on TikTok that you use on pine cones and they turn white like they have snow. Wow, I just put snow on them or put paint on them. I'll have to find that. Try to not let go until it's actually stuck. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So I'll turn it this way. Let's see. Let's go back here. And I'll work on the back. You guys can see the front. I'm going to add more to the front. I just want to kind of work on the back a little bit. Thank you. Let's see what it's going to look like when we put our star on it. I like to rub some of the... Yeah, it's going to be cute. I like to rub some of the cinnamon off. I need another pine cone. Let me see if I can find one that's kind of like those. Kind of looks like them. We'll put some snow on them anyway. Okay, so that's the front, that's the back so far, but we're going to add some more stuff. Whew. I don't think it's going to fall, but who knows. We'll put some, yeah, coming out the end, I think. Thank you, Elaine. Okay, so then I have some other, this wreath that I want to rip apart. I just bought them to rip apart because they were only $4 and you get a lot more greenery than you get if you buy just picks by themselves. So they're kind of like snowy. Alex is doing good today. So we're going to kind of put this in there because I want some snowy looking pieces. Oh yeah, that looks good. Was it bleed? Oh, you guys are talking about the how you make pine cones look snowy. Oops. Foam all over that. I'll show you here in a second what we got. So right now it still looks like a hat to me. A hat with greenery all over it. Still have to do a lot more adding because I need to put it along the bottom so you don't see. Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right. Keep adding some stuff to it. I know this is boring, but that's what I do is greenery, right? Work on the back a little bit. Thank you. Can you guys see it? I always forget I need to pull it back a little bit. I want to put another pine cone back here, I think. Let's see what I got here. I could put this one. Looking pretty. It's getting there. Got stuff all over it. Okay, now I have some other greenery here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, I thought I did. Maybe not. Let's see what we have in here. I might have to go over and grab what I thought I grabbed. Actually, I need to put some greenery down here in the front first. wish I had some white berries. I don't know if I do. I have a few white berries in here. Well, I thought about white berries, but I might have to go with red, even though I was trying to go more neutral. Let's see how many white berries I have in here. I need to buy some white ones. Let's pick some off of this thing. I have enough to make it work. I don't have any gold. That would be pretty though. You could paint them if you wanted to. But we'll put some white ones on. Our tree is actually off-white, but I think it still looks okay with the white. Ooh, that was hot. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find any more white berries, but I also feel like I need to, there's some spots in the front where you can see the what do you call it, the moss, not the moss, the foam. Let me grab these. I like these because these are sparkly. So this is another wreath that I have, so I might see if I can add a few of these to give something different. I always kind of feel like the more different greeneries you have, the better it looks. Especially with Christmas stuff. Yeah, we're going to put some of these down the bottom. Well, we'll put them around, but we'll start there. Oh yeah, that adds something for sure. Alex, you want to come say hi? He gave me a no look. Yeah, I like this on there. I'll show you here on the, as soon as I get the front done. Get one piece for the front. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so you see, these are the ones we added, these here and like down here. So we'll do some of that in the back, and then I'm going to see if I have a few more berries in my bag. I might be able to scrounge a few out of there. Thank you. I think it's sitting on something, so it's wanting to lay. Oh yeah, there's a couple berries under there. Good. Almost done with this part. See, I see one spot where I'm missing in the back. You can see that foam. What did I wrap the tree with? It is this chunky ribbon, or not ribbon, yarn from Hobby Lobby. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add these few berries I found and see if I can find any more. Oh, we got foam or something weird stuck here. So I feel like that's enough berries. All right, let's see, we'll go this way. Let's put our, I think we're gonna put our star on now. So I can't even tell what the front is now. Well, that was gonna be the back, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put our star on, put it on here, so I know where to. I feel like it still wants to lean forward a little bit. Not too bad, but. Now, I had something to put a word on here, but you know how I always want to put a word. I feel like it's missing something and it could use a word. Yeah, I haven't put anything back that I didn't sell. Somebody said from the looks of your shelves, it looks like it was successful. I didn't sell everything that was on the, well, I probably sold everything that was on those shelves maybe, but. The tree was the you could use whatever, you could, you know, piece of cardboard or whatever, but this was a witch's wreath form, witch hat wreath form. And I've said this a few times, so people are probably tired, but you're fine. This was the brim. Oh, my hair's a mess. Of it, and I just took it off of there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add some snow. I don't have any glitter actually, but I do have, instead of snow, I could just add some diamond dust. I have this sign that I was thinking about kind of just having it poking out of the front here. But I have to look and see what I think. I was thinking about painting this and then put no word on it. But what color would I paint it? I was thinking like moss. I don't know. We're going to make it, and you guys can hang out with me and see if I like it. And then we got to add glitter. We got to add glitter to the, or not glitter, diamond dust to that. So. So this is just a little wood oval that I think I got at Hobby Lobby in a pack. Figure I'll make the sign. If I don't like it on this, I'll just use it for something else. Okay, so I just painted it moss. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to try to get this out of the way so I don't get paint all over it. Well, yeah, even if I don't use this sign, I can paint over it again and I'll use and get rid of the dead surface. I think it's going to look cute though. I don't know. I know words supposedly are going out, but I like them. I try not to like have a ton of like huge, big, long sayings, but like a little one word or something, I like it. My daughter, she doesn't, but that's okay. She does look so good, doesn't she? Does not look like she had it's actually Carter's 1 month birthday today, so it doesn't look like Christian had a baby 1 month ago. So then I'm just going to take my sanding block and I'm really going to distress it a lot. Since this is a very rustic craft, I want it to be pretty distressed. Almost see the wood through all of it. There. Maybe even a little bit more. That's good. Then I pick up my sanding block again, grab it. Okay, so just made it kind of really distressed everywhere. Okay, and then we're going to use these. These are still for sale in my shop, so I don't know the name of it. Holiday sayings. So there's one that says peace and joy. I know it's backwards to you. This comes as a set. Rejoice. Believe, I've used these a lot, as you can tell, and good tidings. So we're just going to use the one, we could use joy, but I think we're going to use peace. Whenever I do like woodland, woodland things, it just, peace is always seems like the word, or like if I do churches. So I'm going to keep this right on its thing so I don't have to get sand and sawdust all over my transfer. So I'm just trying to, just barely fits on here, but it fits pretty good. Actually, I'm going to put it up to the top, more to the top, because I want to kind of tuck it down in the, down in there. Okay. This is not super sticky because I've used this word a few times, quite a few times. But But we have a whole bunch of stuff on sale right now, and we just had a brand new release of all the next holiday stuff. So if you're interested, just check out my shop. If you're interested in being a designer and getting 40% off, that would be awesome. So you can check that out. Now I can't decide if I want to do this in like a off-white color or black. What do you guys think for the ink? That's okay, Caroline. I'm glad you're here. I don't know. I like black with anything, but then I think off-white might be pretty too. But it's pretty, it's called Dune. It's pretty off-white. Well, I don't know. It's like this. No, she's not sleeping through the night yet. But Lynn, she loves those bottles that you got her. They're her favorite ones. Definitely. So thank you. I have thank you cards for any of you that sent her stuff. I'm the one who's supposed to... Off-white. Oh, so then somebody said black. Off-white, black. Oh, that's the same person. Gosh. I don't know what I want to do. Let me see what this off-white looks like. Oops, this is brand new. I guess I don't have one that's open. Gold. I don't know. Can't decide. We'll see what this looks like when I put it on paper. I think I want to go black. I just want that pop. But I think it could look good either way. I really do. And I really am having a hard time deciding, but I think I'm going to go with black. But, you know, you guys can do whatever you want. That's the fun of making your own decor. Do it any colors you want. But I'm probably going to distress this so it's not super black. Let's see how this worked. Like I said, you can reuse these over and over. Okay, I like the black. Well, I probably would have liked the white too, but I think the black looks really pretty on there. Yeah, that's going to be cute. Now I'm glad I went with black. It probably would have looked good the other way too. I would have said that. Oh, I'm glad I went with off-white if I would have went with off-white. I would love to buy one, but yeah, if you're in lots of subscription groups, it gets expensive. That's true. I'm not in any of those groups, but except for our club, I'm in that. If you become a designer, you can be part of the club too. And we have a club that you get, it's like a subscription group where you get a transfer and paste each month, so that's fun. See if that's dry. Yeah, I actually don't think I'm in, well, I thought I might take my sanding block and just kind of go over it a little bit just to make it look a little less perfect. I'm always afraid I don't want to make my paste like bleed, but I also like it to look a little distressed. Yeah, I love that. So I did put it up towards the top because I am going to like tuck it. You could put it up higher or whatever, but I just want it kind of tucked down in my greenery. I think that was the plan, but this is kind of in my way here. Maybe we'll move that over a little bit. Yeah, we're going to put it right there. Kind of holds my tree up a little bit too. Oops. Oh, I forgot about something else I was thinking about doing. This could go on forever. I want you to be able to see that it says peace, but kind of be poking. Kind of wanted it over a little more, but that's okay. It just says peace down there at the bottom. I had gotten some little, I forgot about this, I had gotten some little sticks, but these come from Hobby Lobby, and I was thinking about having like some of those poking out here and there. I forgot about that. Let's see what that looks like. If it looks good or if it looks stupid. I thought it was holding my tree forward or backwards. I don't think it really helps. It's not that bad, but it doesn't. Alright, I want to add some, I think I'm just going to add paint instead of the snow. Save my snow. And then add some diamond dust to it. Especially these pine cones on the back don't even have any kind of snow or color on them. Oh my goodness, we got glue strings everywhere. You don't see glue strings until you get paint on them, and then you can really see them. So I just put some glue on, or some paint on there. I'm going to put a little diamond dust, which I should. I know people tell me I should have a little sprinkle bottle and all that. And now I'm going to have this everywhere. I tried to buy some glitter the other day and Walmart didn't have anything. It's my Walmart. Put a little more on this one. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Sorry. No, you can't. Can't really see what I'm doing. Oh. You can never see this at first, but once it dries, you really notice it. Okay. Let me look at it for a second. Ah, oops. Get some glue strings off. I think it's cute. Is it my favorite thing I've ever made? No, but I like it. You guys see it? Oh yeah, you could put twinkle lights. Am I going to put something on the star? No, I just liked it rusty. But yeah, it would be cute. Either put lights in the greenery or maybe you could wrap lights around it. I'm not sure. Dollar Tree big sprinkle jars works great. Oh yeah, I know. I just need them. All right, you guys like it? Does it look like a tree and not like a hat? I'm glad you guys like it. I'm always like a little picky about my projects. But I think it's cute. Yeah, I don't have any twinkle lights right now, but that would be a cute idea. Put them in the I don't know. If they were small enough, maybe on the tree. Otherwise, it'd be cute just in the greenery and stuff. Looks like a tree. Okay, good. I'm like, I'm not sure. The wire lights that look like rope lights. Okay. I'll have to. All right, thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it looks like a tree. All right, I'm going to go. You guys have a great night, and I will see you next time. And I'm probably not going to be going live as much this week because we have company and all that, but I'll try to go out live as much as I can. How did I make the tree? It's the witch's wreath form, witch's hat wreath form from Dollar Tree. I just cut off the brim part, and I wrapped chunky ribbon or chunky yarn around it. But you could use a piece of cardboard or foam, what's that called? Foam board, whatever, anything that's a triangle shape, and wrap it. So, aw, thanks, Glenda, you're sweet. All right, happy Thanksgiving. I'll try to see you at least one more time before Thanksgiving, but we'll see. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.